Hi, this is Phanessa with Designs by Phanessa. Today's tutorial is on the Ellie Cowl. So I'm using the same stitches that I used for my Ellie cardigan. So let's talk supplies. I am using worsted weight yarn. This is Karen Simply Soft by Yarnspiration. Here's the label. It's a worsted weight and it's a gray heather. And you'll need a pair of scissors. Also, you'll need a tape measure, just so you can keep track of how tall your cowl is. And you'll need a yarn needle to weave in your ends. And you'll need a size I crochet hook. This is made by Scott from ADZE Woodcraft. And I'll have links in the description box on where to purchase some of these items. So this is what the piece looks like. It's a pretty simple piece to work up, consisting of just 2 round repeats. So start with a slip knot. Leave a tail so that you can weave your ends in later. Grab your hook and insert it into the loop. Now you want to chain 62. That is for the size that I'm making, which is approximately 20 inches in circumference. You can adjust easily by chaining any even number of stitches. And I actually prefer to use the foundation double crochet method, and I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description box for a tutorial on how to start that. But for this tutorial, I will go ahead and just chain my stitches. So go ahead and chain any even number of stitches, and you can measure your chain stitches for the desired circumference, and then we'll join our chain stitches. So here I have 62 stitches, and you want to slip stitch to the first chain stitch, so careful not to twist your stitches. And this is why I prefer the foundation method, because it's easier to join the two. So go ahead and work a slip stitch in the first chain stitch. Now that we've completed our foundation round, we will start round 1, chain 3, and the beginning chain 3 counts as a double crochet stitch. So into the next stitch, work a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now the next double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And into the very next stitch, you want to work another double crochet, and you're going to work 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around. So I'm back around on round 1. I'm working my last double crochet stitch into the last stitch, and then you want to slip stitch into the third chain, 1, 2, 3, into the third chain of your chain 3 at the beginning of the round. So that completes your round 1. And for round 2, you chain 3, and every other round is a cross stitch round. So we will cross our double crochet stitches, so you will work into the stitch to the right of the chain stitches. So work a double crochet stitch, and then you will skip the next stitch right there. So we've worked those 2, Now we're skipping this one and we'll work into the next one. Work a double crochet stitch, and then you're going to go back into the skipped stitch and work a double crochet stitch there. So what that does is it crosses the two double crochet stitches. Again, you want to skip a stitch, work a stitch into a double crochet into the next stitch, and then go back and work a double crochet into the skipped stitch. Let's work another one. Skip this one, work a double crochet into the next stitch. Now go back to the skipped stitch right there and work a double crochet stitch. So let's take a look at this round. So what you're doing is crossing two double crochet stitches. Okay, so let's work another one. See, this one is used, it's hard to tell. You have to be careful. So skip one, work a double crochet into the next, and go back into the skipped stitch and work a double crochet stitch. So repeat those steps all the way around. Skip a stitch, work a double crochet stitch, and then go back and work a double crochet in the skipped stitch. So I'm near the end of round 2. As I was saying, sometimes it's hard to tell. So if you look, this one is being used, and then this last one here is actually used with that first set. So it's coming undone here. Let me rework this one. Go back and work a double crochet stitch. Okay, so now I have these last 2 stitches. I skip one, work a double crochet in the next, go back and work a double crochet in the skipped stitch. And now you want to slip stitch to the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 3. And in this round it's a little hard to see because they're crossed. So what I do is I look at this stitch here, which is that one, and you want to go directly to the right of that. That's your 3rd chain from the chain 3 at the beginning of the round. So not in that one, but the one directly to the right. Work a slip stitch to complete round 2. Alright, that's pretty much the 2 rounds that you will keep repeating. So let's do round 3, chain 3, and then this round is just 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around. So go ahead and work your double crochets into every stitch, and then you will slip stitch to the 3rd chain from the beginning chain 3. Alright, I'm at the end of round 3 and I'm going to work a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So that completes round 3. Now you want to repeat the cross stitch round. So chain 3 and then work your next one to the right of the chain 3 stitch. Oops. So that's my first set. Now you want to skip a stitch, work a double crochet into the next, and then you want to go back into the skip stitch and work a double crochet stitch. So again, just like round 2, skip a stitch, work a double crochet in the next, and then go back to the skip stitch and work a double crochet stitch. And that is your repeat all the way around. So I'm at the end of this round and I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning chain 3. Again, it's easier to find this stitch here first and then go directly to the stitch on the right, and then that's your 3rd chain, and then work a slip stitch. So that is pretty much it. We've worked 4 rounds, and you're basically repeating the double crochet round and then the cross stitch round, and then you repeat that for as tall as you'd like, for as many rounds, and you want to end with a double crochet round. So I am on my last round, and remember, you want to end with a double crochet round because you started with a double crochet round. And I'm working my last 2 double crochet stitches before I slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning chain 3. Alright, so I've completed my piece. Now you want to grab your scissors, cut the yarn, leave a tail, yarn over and pull the strand through. So my finished piece, it starts with the double crochet round right here, and so you want to end with a double crochet round. And I have about 10, 11, 12, 13 rounds. It's very easily adjustable. My height is approximately 6.5 inches, and it's about 10 inches for the chaining of 62. That's about 20 inches circumference, so 20 inches around. And again, you can customize this and go as tall as you'd like or make it shorter. So just grab your yarn needle and weave in your ends on the wrong side or on the inside of your work. And I obviously cut this too long. So I'd like to wrap the yarn around my needles and hold it and then tug tight to kind of make a knot, and then just weave it a few more times back and forth, or however you like. Alright, so now we've completed the Ellie Cowl. So this one here is a little bit taller. This was the first one that I made. It has 3 additional rounds. So it's, as you can see, it's very easy to customize to your preference. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial. Have a great day.